there is a notion that in the core north, Peter Obi cannot command significant votes.
How they say, they there. Oh, they say when they used to put it in picture, I can't even remember. Like, make them they there, let them be dreaming. That's a fallacy. That's what they want to believe, but it's not. It's not like that at all. And if you see some of the clips on the road, so they say action speaks louder than words, right? And the way you make people feel, it's a whole lot more than even the words that you gave out. And Mr. Peter Obi has been able to do that. And a lot of, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a shift that is happening in the core north where there are a lot of young people who are angry. Remember, we have social media. Social media has democratized media. And a lot of young Nigerians from the north and from the core north, I was born and brought up in the core north. And I grew up in the core north. And I grew up in the ghetto of the north. The north that I know, a lot of the northerners who are elite, they don't know that north because they
The Talakawas.
the Talakawas. I grew up among the Talakawas. I was one of the Talakawas. Like I said to people, haihuwar Kano, girman Kano, Hausa kamar jakar Kano. I am a northerner. I speak like a northerner. I speak like a Hausa girl. I was born and brought up there. I left there, I think at the age of 25, was it 26? After my marriage and I had my son. That was when I left Kano, primary, secondary, university, all in Kano. I did a bit of outside places I came out, so I know what I'm talking about. And you see a situation whereby a lot of them have access to social media. A lot of them are getting to know that enlightenment. Even though in terms of education, there are some leaders have deliberately kept people that not to get education, but there's a social media that is educating, the people. And so a good number of them see what is out there. And now they are angry, especially with the Muslim ticket. The Muslim ticket, and I don't know if you've seen a lot of Malams who are now talking about it, against it. The same people who were talking about it. I was told that I wasn't a Muslim because I said I was not supporting a Muslim ticket because I said that's injustice. Islam does not support injustice. Islam is always about what is just in every way whatsoever. You can't have the same people, 50 of different this, and you say you're going to choose one side of it. And so there are more Malams who are speaking against the, Muslim ticket. A lot of young people are saying that they were deceived and not again. During the end bad governance, protest, there was a situation whereby some Malams in the mosque during Friday were almost lynched when they started talking about that people should not go and protest. So there's a silent revolution that is building up. And I can tell you something. One thing that people don't really understand, in the north, the people have more control over the leaders, even though it doesn't look that way, than the other way around. Let me explain to you. So because they know that if there's a revolution to ever happen in this country, real revolution that everybody is saying, you'll be shooting people, some are falling and people are stepping over and going, it will be in the corner. It will be in that corner. And so the leaders are very aware of that. That's why in everything that they do, they always tilt to what is the thinking of the people, because they know if they break out. The main thing is that, Islam being used as respect your elder, respect your parents being done. And for the first time, I could see where they're saying they're going to lynch a Malam on Friday morning. They had to take some of those Malams away. That tells you a lot. There's a shift. And they're saying now that they were deceived before, they're not going to agree. And those whole talk about saying, Mr. Peter Obi is an Igbo man, is this. They're saying, no, they're not listening to that anymore. They have seen that competence. They have seen the compassion. They have seen the way he speaks. They have seen the way he has taken on issues. They have seen the way that he has been out there right from day one. I can tell you that Mr. Peter Obi, I think he just took literally less than 96 hours rest from the announcement of the 2023 election to when he started on doing what he's doing. Between that time and when he did the press conference, and from there he has continued all over the country, listening, meeting with people, getting to see people. And leadership is not being standoffish. Leadership is about you being with your people seeing you, your people being able, to have conversations with you and bring your problems to you. I remember there was a meeting that we had with some people, with some leaders from the northern part of Nigeria, and one of them was talking about I think, was it Adama or something, about their environment, how snakes, they have their own epidemics of snakes, snakes bite, people can't afford it, what's it called now, the antivenom, to take care of snake bites and all of that. He has all of this conversation. And Mr. Peter Obi is one person, and which, even though a lot of people, the propaganda machines that were used against him were so loud, but how loud can it be when the reality is really hitting at you? And so they have seen where Peter Obi will tell you, every state in Nigeria, he will tell you this is what can come out of this state, and especially with the northern part of the country. And even in last election, most of his conversation was that on every part, how it can be used to be built. And he kept saying that the oil is not where Nigerians' riches are, it's in the vast land of the north, and how to help develop it. And somehow, the words have trickled in, and people are hearing, and the propaganda machine has failed, because you can't do propaganda when people are feeling hunger.
Thank you so much. But I'd like you to look into the camera and talk to those who feel they didn't get the kind of result they were hoping to get in 2023. And so they don't care. What do you tell these people as to the future of this country and the 2027 election? Those who have given up and said, the election didn't go my way, I voted in this pattern, but it never went my way. What would you be telling them, the young people of this country?
For the young people of this country, and also the elderly, for everyone, I just want to remind us of one saying, that yesterday died last night, and that we cannot carry the momentum of the past into the present. Otherwise, it's going to affect our future. I know all of us were pained at what happened in 2023. There are people who were in their 70s, and that was their first time of voting, and I feel your pain. We did everything that we could have done. We trusted the system. We stayed on. And yet, the election was rigged. It's painful. But guess what? The result at the end of the day is not in our control. The effort is in our control. And when we put in the effort in 2023, you saw we got a win, even when they said we wouldn't. And everybody knows we got that win. So as we go into 2027, let us not also focus on the result. Let's focus on our effort for now. And if you give up and say you're not going to take part in the 2027 election, what would have been done? What would happen is that you would have self-defeat yourself. We will all self-defeat ourselves. And the people who rigged before will not have no need to rig. And then they would be able to legitimately say that they won the election. Because if we stay away from the election, their people, no matter how few they are going to come out and they're going to vote. And you know the way election is in Nigeria. It's never about a critical number. It's about whatever is the first past the post, and whatever number it is, and it is won, and that's it. So what I'm going to say to you is that think about Nigeria, and right now I'm speaking directly to the young people. How old are you, and how long do you want to live in Nigeria? If you're 20 now, and you want to live to say 90 years, you have another 70 years. Would you want Nigeria to be dealing with you, or you always on the run looking for where to go to? If you're 30, the same way, you have 60 more years to go. Do the maths. And so therefore, no matter the anger you felt at what happened in 2023, this is the time to bring that anger and put it together and say never again. Never again would our votes be rigged. Never again will the mandate of the people not matter. Never again will we sit down for a few to do whatever it is that they want to. This time, we're going to put in the effort. We're going to ensure that we have a win. We're going to ensure that when we vote, we stand there and we ensure that our votes are counted. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, that when we go onto that ballot, the election ground and the polling unit, and we vote and we put our thumbprint, we must stay and ensure that our votes are counted for our candidate. Otherwise, it will just be paper painting that we do. And I will round up by saying this to you. They rigged us in 2023. Shame on them. If they rig us again in 2027, it will be shame on us. Thank you.
Madam Aisha Yesufu, thank you so much indeed for your time on the Micron podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. Well, that's our conversation with Miss Aisha Yesufu, and I hope every bit of it interests you. Well, don't forget that subsequent episode will be coming, so you need to subscribe, follow, and share. That way, you get alerted when next an episode is up. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Mike On Podcast with Shayon Okimbaloi. Mike On Podcast for the independent mind.